solo show that you were along there, which I think was wonderful. But why are you doing this in that the chamber case been disclosed several years ago? There was even a place named after him. What is happening now?
Well, that's a good question. You know, what your generation taught us, our younger generation, is that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's the first thing. So we have a moral obligation to pick up that responsibility and to continue the fight against any kind of injustice, in particular police brutality. Secondly, to answer your question, we want to be out here in support of the family, to let the family know that we haven't gone anywhere, and we're going to continue the fight for Sean Bell. Also, that's just equally as important, the main reason we're out here is to call on the mayor and the police commissioner to immediately fire these incompetent police who killed Sean Bell, who unjustifiably killed Sean Bell, who was minding his own business on his wedding day. We shouldn't have to wait for a departmental trial that will be coming soon for the mayor and the police commissioner to exercise their power. Many people right here in New York City gave them a third term, gave them the benefit of the doubt. And they have to, in my opinion, be sensitive to the needs of the people who are hurting, in particular those who are suffering and are victims of police brutality. And we're crying for justice.
Had there been any police brutality against white persons, or just had been between black and Latino?
Well, that's a very, very important question. Well, if you look at just the history from Timothy Stansbury to Amadou Diallo to Patrick Dorsman to Zongo, Nicholas Haywood, and many others. Baez, the young man that was killed, the Latino young man that was killed by the officer who was in his car and the officer sped off. There's a long track record of officers who have killed young black and Latino men, but what we find is that we can't really name, if you think about it, 5 white young men off the top of our head who have been killed by the police. It just doesn't happen, you know? And the tragedy is that many of these officers who are killing our people, it's not just white officers, there's many of our own people who look just like us. It's that mentality. Not only is racism that plays a role in the killing of many of our black and Latino young men, but it's a lot of self-hatred that many of our officers who are black and Latino have of themselves. You know? So,
what are you feeling about the Civilian Complaint Review Board that was adopted, to avoid, when minorities are oppressed by the police or the civil rights violated?
I think the Civilian Complaint Review Board, I think it's important, but it's only as important as the people who are running, or the people who are responsible to run it. And I believe that they haven't had quality, it hasn't been of quality in terms of the people, who have been running the Civilian Complaint Review Board. From what I hear from the people I speak to, is that the community haven't really felt the great benefits, God bless you, the great benefits of the Civilian Complaint Review Board. I think they need to play a more proactive role for the grassroots community.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.